Hello. So, I've come up to the shelter just to do some work alone and gonna do the thatching today. Possibly a little bit more work on the frame, but mostly I want to get the thatching done. Hopefully put in some seats. I'm not sure if I'll have time for that. Like, the problem is Scottish winter time, it gets dark at like 3 PM, half 3, so we'll see how much we get done, but it should be fun. Okay, so as you can see, I've brought some dead spruce back. The logic behind this is I want to thatch it with dead twigs first and then put the green sticks over the top of that, just so that I don't get all the pine needles, because green pine obviously drops its needles, so I'd rather the needles dropped and landed on something than just fell straight into the shelter. So, plus these are really close to the actual camp, so it was just handy to get them. Well, look what I got, folks. This is a beater knife that it was an old wreck, and Ross actually brought it round. Needed a new handle, so stuck a nice Iroko handle on it. I don't know if that's the shape it's supposed to be, but I just made it up. And this thing is absolutely amazing for limbing pine trees, because you don't have to be as precise as you do with an axe, and it's less likely to glance off because it's shorter. So it's super sharp, as you can see. So should do a good job. And this thing is a beast. Absolutely fantastic tool for that. So if you ever see one of these kicking about, or if you could maybe make one. I guess it works kind of like a machete. See, because it's curved like that, it really bites the wood, doesn't let it go. All the force just goes straight into the hit. And I'm getting no vibration through the handle. I think because it's quite a long handle, the wood's just sort of absorbing the vibration. Honestly, I almost prefer it to my axe. Well, for this anyway. Might have to test it for other things like chopping. But, geez oh, cool tool. Awesome. You guys are too close, aren't you? In fact, I was just going to say, whenever you start thatching, you always want to start at the bottom and work your way up. That way when the water runs down, it runs down from the top layer onto the next layer, onto the next layer, onto the next layer, and that keeps it all nice and waterproof. Okay, to shed water with sticks like this, you basically need to stack them like that into your shelter, because if you stack them down the way, then you're going to end up poking this through your shelter, through all your nice waterproof outer layer. The water's going to run down here and it's going to drip off there into your shelter. So you always start with that fat bit at the top when you're poking them in, but you always build around the bottom first. So my bottom layer, I'm actually doing it the wrong way around. I'm stabbing these into the ground. It's just going to make it a little bit more secure, and it doesn't matter if the water runs down here and goes into the ground, because that's where I want it to go. So that's the logic behind this. Always keep hydrated when you're doing stuff like this, otherwise you end up doing silly things, making mistakes. I'm going to need way more sticks. It's amazing the amount of materials you go through to build something like this, especially a shelter this big. So that's why we had no intention of finishing it in one day. If you're out for the night and you need to build a little shelter, you'd be talking this sort of size. So this is the party hut. Gonna have some good times here. This is definitely the biggest shelter I've ever built like this. Usually if I'm building a shelter this big, I just use a big tarp. So I'm hoping it works. The thing I'm worried about the most is that big flat bit at the top. I'm not sure, at some point I might have to cut a little semicircle out of tarpaulin and just have it in there just to sort of protect the flat bit. But I'm pretty sure this is plenty steep enough to shed any water, and it's such a high shelter it's going to be. They're after me. Run! Anyway, that's me just collected up a whole bunch of branches, so hopefully that'll be enough to start sort of the one side. Definitely not enough to do the whole thing, but it's hard work carrying all them back though. I gotta walk about 100 metres. That's why I sort of started off with the little dead sticks, but I think, to be honest, that might have been a waste of time. I might be better off just using these proper boughs. But can't wait to get it on now. Let's get it on! I reckon probably another 3 or 4 more loads. Hard work, really hard work. And as you can see, the sun is getting low. It's the hardest thing. I might actually work a little bit into the night, just so I can get more of it done, because, well, ideally I wanted to film in daylight, but it's hard when you've only got like a couple of hours. Anyway, no time to stop, better get back to it. Well, that's me. Ran out of branches again. I wouldn't say it's 100% waterproof yet, but it's pretty darn good. You can kind of see the little bits of light coming through. Not too bad though. This bit needs a bit of work though. But it's better than that. Yeah, so made pretty good progress. I think I'm going to go get another bunch of bundles. That's the hardest bit. It's so exhausting, but I'm so happy. another one done. Do you think it will be knotted? Any other YouTubers out there will know the hatred of airplanes when you're filming. I don't know why they sound so loud. Not that loud in real life, but the microphone just picks up the noise so good. This is so cool. What do you think? Should I get one more bundle of thatching? I was getting a bit worried because like staggering about using that massive big chopper thing. I need one more load. Well folks, it is now 3:20 and it's getting dark, so I managed to get quite a bit done. As you can see, it's pretty waterproof. Like there's still a few little bits of light poking through. In fact, if I turn this off, that's hard to see with the camera, but yeah, there's a couple of little bits poking through that I'll need to just shove, you know, just little tiny wee branches, just shove in there and clog up those wee holes, but I reckon that'll be pretty waterproof. So I still don't quite know what to do with the top of it. I've got a feeling I might just pile a whole bunch of branches on there, much the same as this, and just hope for the best, but it's really hard to get up there. As you can see, there's still a lot of daylight coming through there. That's not got any thatching on it. But the good thing is now I can start putting things in here and they should stay dry. You know, if I put, the idea is to have a big curved seat that's going to come all the way around here, and nice freestanding fire, a couple of stones around it. Can't wait. I'm thinking if I make a little fire and cook up some bacon. I need to find a big flat rock to try and cook on, or make my fire on. As you can see in these woodlands, there's a lot of rocks about, but I must find the perfect rock. This one might do. You're not going to believe this. You know what? See, when I watch Bear Grylls and he goes out into the wild and he stumbles across these things, right, and you think, that's got to be placed there. These things that are very convenient, that you think, nah, I don't believe that. Well, I think I'm a believer, because in my hunt for a flat rock, I came across this flat rock here, right? I thought, oh, that looks huge, I wonder how heavy it is. Because here's the one I just picked up. I went to pick it up, this is some kind of weird, I don't know if it's aluminium, but it's actually the perfect cap. And look, there's my shelter over there. And there's where that's been living over there. I honestly can't figure that one out, but that's cool. So that's going to be the cap for the top of the shelter. It has to be, hasn't it? So I'm still going to do more thatching before I put it on. I'm going to do more thatching as high up as I can, and then just plonk that right on top. What are the odds? Like, what are the odds? Like, look at that. I think it's some kind of plastic. Or is it aluminium? Whatever it is, I'm keeping it. Of course, another part of me is kind of tempted to use it as the fire pit. I don't know. I feel like it would fill up. Well, it does have a hole in the bottom of it. Contemplate on this, I will. All I'm doing is I'm just cutting off the bark of this green stick. It was one of the offcuts from the shelter, and I'm just going to cook up some bacon on it. I've actually got 2 sticks. There we go. One. Just checking it was recording. My blooming memory card filled up halfway through starting the fire. That's why there's no clip of me starting the fire, because, well, there I was talking away to it, thinking it was recording, but no. There we go. There's my makeshift grill. Now, the reason I'm cooking bacon like this, I've got to admit, I've seen Scrambled O doing it. About, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't think it was a new video, but maybe it was. But it looked like a good way to cook bacon, and I thought, you know, it's been years since I cooked bacon on a stick. I've always got grills out with me. Ooh. I'm pushing my limits here with the width. It's just me out here, so this is going to be a feast. Oh no, the bandana's fallen off. That means I must have looked like an idiot for that. Well, What better day to round up the evening? What better day? Aye, you can tell I'm tired. But yeah, I was working my butt off doing all that thatching. That was hard work. Like, I noticed when I was doing the feather sticks, my arm was actually like cramping. So it's been a hard day, really rewarding day. And this is the first time I've actually just sat down and chilled. Like, I had a couple of stops where I had some juice, but I didn't actually sit down all day, so this is great. I got bacon on the way. I don't have some beers. I wish I had beer. I didn't think to bring beer because I didn't think I'd be staying out this late, but that's okay. I can maybe make a cup of coffee or something. Of course, to keep me going in the meantime, I got some Kruger biltong. If you have never tried this stuff, it's amazing. It's dried meat. Well, it's dried beef, silverside steaks, as it says. Pretty awesome. Something I've realised, I've seen Scrambled O do this and I thought, that looks like a great idea. It's not such a great idea. Well, maybe I should have them closer together, but the bacon's shrinking and then it's falling off the... Ow! No! Oh, I'm losing bacon. I'm losing bacon fast. Panic stations. Whew. This wee one at the end doesn't seem to be cooked very much. Yeah, it turns out cooking it on one stick is actually better. I thought I was being fancy there. And toast them like a marshmallow. Must be one's left out. To be honest, I'm a little bit sad that a few fell in the fire. But at the same time, there was so many. Tell you what, I do feel like I'm doing everything like a numpty at the moment. I think that's one of the biggest sort of survival things to note. If you're into all your survival stuff, is that you got to factor in fitness, and also if you spend all day building a shelter, you're not going to make smart decisions. You're going to be tired and stupid. So that's why coming out like this, you can read all the books in the world. You come out and do something like that, that's when you learn these things. So that's interesting, isn't it? I remember that happened to me when I did the the cold water shock video, when I jumped in the freezing cold river and then tried to make a fire just with like a knife and a ferro rod, and pretty simple stuff, pretty easy stuff, but it wasn't, because I was being stupid. Like, there was long grass there and I was messing about trying to make feather sticks, just not thinking straight. And extremes can do that to you. Not that this is that extreme, I'm just about knackered. But hey ho, at least I got some dinner now. Oh yeah. This is going to be the most loaded bacon sandwich ever, or bacon roll, I guess. Look at that. Anyway. Might need to use my... Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. So clumsy. There we go. Sometimes I should just do those quiet videos where I don't talk. Especially when I get tired like this. Oh! Bloody hell. Cut. Well folks, I think that's me for the night. I'm just gonna let the fire die down, put it out properly, pack up my stuff and get on out of here. It's been a really productive day. I'm really chuffed with how much thatching I managed to get done just by myself, so that was pretty cool. I'm beat after that though, like I'm ready to go home. But what a day. And yeah, got loads of plans. The next thing, I think we're going to be building benches in here, but they're going to be benches that are comfy to sit on. They're going to have backrests, and I really want to make them nice. Our last benches were just kind of plain and there was no back support. It's just not good enough. So new shelter, going to make it better, and yeah, it needs to have comfy seats. So I think we're going to do that. We're also talking about maybe building a kitchen like outside the shelter just to prepare meals, all that sort of stuff, because that's nice to have. And I think we're going to build a tree house with a wood store underneath it and a tree swing for Logan. All sorts of stuff, man. We got loads of plans, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future fun, and I'll see you for the next one. Oh, and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. That would be awesome. See you later. Coffee done.